Welcome friends, LostScarf here, and it's time for the one-shot. Today I'm going to show you Ash of Gods Redemption. Now, this is a game I beat. It's a 20-hour RPG. Pretty good. It's got its own combat system. It's really good across the board in most ways. Here's the thing. This game is trying to be Banner Saga while not being Banner Saga. There's a lot about this that remind you of Banner Saga. If you've never played Banner Saga and you're interested by this, I would say get Banner Saga first, 1 and 2, and then get this game. Because Banner Saga is superior to Ash of Gods in a lot of ways, but if you have Banner Saga and you want another game like that, Ash of Gods, definitely get it. I really enjoyed the game, the story really pulled me in. It's a 20-hour campaign for me at least. Combat system's not bad, the animation is good, the music's really good as you can hear it right now. And the biggest weakness this game has, the combat system is at times it could be better, but the writing can be weak at points, and also there's some tonal shifts that don't work out, but for the most part this is a solid game. I just call it an inferior Banner Saga. Banner Saga did it better. It's just simple as that, but it's still a good game worth checking out. So we're going to do a new game here, and we're going to do Classic Mode. Now in this game you're doing a journey just like with Banner Saga, and this is a pretty cool opener. Year 300 since Divine Retribution, this spring equinox. This animation shows you a good idea of what kind of world this is. Go ahead, screen. Just to let you know, this is the Ash they're talking about in the title.
Unsolved mysteries are like an unquenched thirst, premonitions of trouble to spur you to keep going.
Now in this game, you go through 3 parties. You got the party of Blance, the party of Thornbrennan, and the party of Lo Fang. We're going to see Blance and Thorn. Lo Fang we're not going to see. He's just too far into the game. But you follow these 3 different groups as they eventually come together for the big finale of the whole thing, so you learn a lot about the world through them.
1,002 years since Divine Retribution, the end of winter, the Veil of Mercy, foothills of the Milky Mountains.
Alright, here we go. 700 years ago, you and the other Curious took to the field of the Drowsy Deep to prevent a great calamity. The Reaping! Your self-sacrifice should have destroyed all Reapers. Once and for all, 9 years ago, you began feeling a growing sense of unease. You decided to roam Terminium to find the reason. Terminium's your land, the land you're on. The Curios are what this guy is. He's the one who got shot so he wasn't able to kill himself. The idea was they all sacrificed themselves to kill the Reapers. And they did! For 700 years they did. The Reaping is back, and it's up to him and the other groups to stop it. The Reaping is basically the concept of they're going to just kill everything to cause a great calamity to happen, and this is the 3rd time it's happening. And that's the plot, is these different groups working towards a goal, while each dealing with it in different ways and with different information. But you, the player, learn a lot of what's going on. And so he's looking for a seer. He's trying to figure out about the reaping, so he's looking for a seer. So here's the combat system. In this game, it's very interesting. So this game is not the same way as most traditional games. In this game, let's say it was 6v6, which we'll see with Thorn, maybe. Your character, your side, everyone has a set thing. So if we had like 3 characters too, or just 2 characters, each character has a turn before they can be done again. Well, the enemy team, how many people are left, is the same thing. So what would happen is these 3 have to attack, or have to do things before they can reset. But when it's 1v1, they of course just go back and forth. Or 2v1, both of them would have to go before they could go again, and this guy would have 2 turns. So in this situation, there's 3 people. So for 3 turns, I'm just Blance, and then these guys would each be they'd each have to go once in a turn. But I'm going to kill these guys right now with this attack. So, in his party, it's just him, and you're just a killing machine when you're him. And there's mechanics to make it a harder time for you in the game. And it's up to you how that goes. Now, just like Banner Saga, your choices do affect a lot about the game. But my one problem with this game is some of the choices in this game are not as well informed as Banner Saga. And it just feels random. Or it just doesn't feel earned what happens, which is very unfortunate. I'm just walking over and just killing this guy. And so, it is their first game, so there is some craftsmanship they could do better on. A sequel, Ash of Gods, I would assume would be a lot better. There's a pretty good first outing, and I would assume Ash of Gods 2 would be even better. Now here's, I'm going to skip through this a bit, but these 2 are meeting. These are former lovers. He went out on the battlefield to fight the Reaping, she did not. You'll learn more about her as the story goes, but she's a seeress who can see things. And as you play the game, it'll show you dialogues you've already done, so you don't have to do the same one again. You can see what the other ones are. And so you can see just what other things are happening there, like other dialogue, so that you eventually can get all the dialogue. But you don't necessarily want to get all the dialogue, because certain choices you make will decrease loyalty or even morale of your team when that matters to your team. And now, this dialogue's interesting. She's like, give me the knife you keep in your bag, the kind of brethren sacrifice themselves with. Give it to me and you'll get your answer, because he's asking questions. And she makes him do it, and the reason for it is because someday he's going to kill her with that knife, and she doesn't want to be killed by that knife. There it is. I saw you kill him with this very knife, Hopper. So I hope our paths never cross again, for it.
What does one need to meet old age in peace? Only to avoid a major disaster.
Now we're Thorn Brennan. Thorn is a he's a legendary hero. That's who he is. And the game itself, eventually there is a cameo, which you might miss, but there's a cameo where the Banner Saga developers show up.
Year 1002 since Divine Retribution. Burkana, the Kingdom of Odala, City of Albius. The Spring Equinox. 8th year of peace since the last war. A retired captain of the guard and his daughter are strolling through the festival market.
Ooh. Alright, this. So, when the Banner Saga guys make a cameo, they actually mention that he reminds them of their main character from Banner Saga. It's like, huh. Oh, here's a nice touch I like. You get to learn a little bit about each character when they're in dialogue, so you can click on them to learn about them a little bit. So you learn about their family ties and stuff. This is Gleda Brennan, and this is her father, Thorn Brennan. And there are things in this game where, right now they're looking for a birthday present for Thorn's wife. And so that's what they're doing right now, but something sinister is happening, and we're going to run into that soon enough. Going through the dialogue a little bit. Now, now this is the thing. You'll know when you have choices to make. You'll know when there's important things to know. And, there's important decisions to make. And this will be significant. This actually will be very significant to certain things. Like, this choice will save a character. This choice, I believe it helps save a character as well. This one I'm not sure. I don't know about that one. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do the choices I've made. So we're there in the shops in their town in Albius. And it's just starting up and everything. And Thorn's a pretty cool character. Now, the thing is, like, Thorn, this is something with the writing, is Thorn, he feels pretty consistent with your choices and everything you do. Same thing goes for a lot of the characters. But then there's, Blance. Sometimes with Blance, he comes off as very cool and just a very cool character. But there's times when he flies off the handle and it's just really weird and tonally off. It doesn't make any sense why he's doing that. And I think that's just partially with just dialogue writing, where it just comes off weird. And just some of the choices made. We're gonna go over here, the Padang. Just going through old choices. Padang and Rask are both important characters with things. And just doing old dialogue here. What's important is the dialogue can affect some things here and there. But let's see here, they're just doing with dialogue. They're establishing world building and character building. And right here, Brandon's just talking about how he wishes his daughter wasn't a sword girl because she really likes swords and everything. And he did train her, so partially his fault. But through the dialogue, you learn about different relationships and stuff. And some of it's done well, some of it's pretty clunky. For the most part, I feel like the game does it pretty well. Like, I'm partially kind of reviewing this game at the same time while I'm saying all this, although it's more of a one-shot. But I'm just giving you a full picture of why I like this game, and the shortcomings of it, and what I think, how I feel like the next game might be even better. Because this game's not bad, it's pretty good, that's why I'm recommending it, but there's so much room for better. And the reaping's happening now. This one, Northcall the Reaper. This is the head Reaper of the 5 Reapers you deal with. And he is not a very nice guy. Asking who is he? You need to know. Let's see here. There we go. I'm checking this choice just to see what it is. Oh no, it hit me! Okay, that was a different thing that happened. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I just made the game harder for myself. Yeah, the choices you make will actually affect the difficulty of the game. And by making the choice I made, I just made the game harder. Oops. Oops. Oh, that's not good. That's not good for me at all. So I just put the difficulty up a tick. One of the characters directly affects difficulty. But here we go, we're going to do combat so you can see how combat is with 2 characters, which will show. Oh yeah, the cards. So, the combat system's not bad, but then they add in a card system, which is kind of interesting, but I really just didn't care about it whatsoever, but you might find it interesting. So the way this game works is, like, story-wise, during the reaping, these cards have power. When the reaping's not happening, they have no power. So now we're gonna fight. Now, at the start of battle, you get to choose where you put your characters. There's also wounds. Wounds will affect your stats, like I have lower stats because I got wounded. 4 wounds and you die. You can repair wounds. You can heal wounds by special events or camping, which will use up Strixes. Strixes are your way of staying alive. Like, you know, like food supply in games. Strixes are the only thing keeping your team alive or being unaffected by the reaping. Because the reaping's mind controlling and killing people. We're gonna go right here. This will be a good setup here. Now, you'll see how it works, because we have 2 people and they have 3, that after each character goes, which will be like 2 turns, they'll have a full turn so that each one can go again, while these guys have to wait for all 3 of them to go before they have another turn. So I'm going to go ahead and move out. Everyone has a passive as well. Increase attack by 1 energy by 1 to all party members when this character dies. But you don't want to die, so you gotta be careful of that. I'm going to run up here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run up here. And Thorn's got an interesting style. You can attack and gain counterattack, or you can attack and gain defense. I'm going to attack and gain counterattack. Oh yeah, there's also the energy system. So you can hit the enemy's energy or health. Energy and health are both used for different abilities. Some abilities don't even use either. But the way it works is energy, if the enemy has 0 energy, damage done to energy becomes double damage to health, which is pretty nice. So sometimes you want to focus on energy, sometimes you just want to focus on health. Because you just want to take them out already. I'm going to take out energy on that guy so he hopefully can't do as much. You can also click on characters to see what they can do as well. Oh, he's going for the daughter. But as you can see, he's used a lot of energy. Also, to get extra movement, you can use energy. If you have no energy, you can't move extra. Like these orange spots will take energy, as you can see. Now this guy's right here. She can do... Let's see here. Which attack could kill him? Also has the ability to split her damage between health and energy, or just take damage to health by increasing energy. Different things you can do for stats. This guy, if I do 10 damage, he'll die through the double damage. She has 9 damage. You can see this will not kill him. So I have to hit him with the double strike, which attacks both energy and health. It's going to hurt her, but at least he's dead. Now, both characters have taken a turn, but these guys still have 2 more characters to take a turn. So you can take advantage of this situation. Now that this guy's attacked, you know darn well that you can come over here and give him trouble, and this guy has to go next no matter what. So we could use her heavy strike, which will hurt him really bad and kill him through energy. I have to worry about this guy getting there, he's just too far away. So he's going to fight him. So there we go, he counterattacks right after that hit. Bam! There you go, took out a bunch of energy. Then Thorn has a special ability called Knockback. Now I have to be careful, the daughter is pretty beat up, but this guy has no energy so he won't give too much trouble. We're just going to beat the guy up some more. There we go, and then it's going to be his turn. Now the thing is, you can keep your things going where you don't do a turn yet by using your cards. I didn't do the cards, but the cards, I just realized I didn't do the cards. You click on them and just use one. They have things like they do damage to an enemy or heal an ally. There's some really weird ones, which is, like, they'll heal everyone, including the enemy team, to balance out the strength of the cards. Which you have to decide whether that's a good idea or not. Oh yeah, so during all this, these are bandits at your house, which means what's happening at your home. So you run in? No! Your wife's dead. Thorn's wife is dead. And so is, the servant. There's Gleda and there's Thorn. So yeah, they're dead. So he's trying to comfort his daughter there with that dialogue choice. And then, yeah, the father of her is right here, so he's, of course, also distraught. And you learn that through the reaping, one went crazy and attacked the other, but they end up both dead. Yeah, he's saying right there. She went at Mistress Leaky with a knife. Mistress defended herself, but then... And then things happen. And then you're just learning about things that are happening. You're getting money from the house and everything. And then dialogue. So basically, they got to figure what's going on. She's got a mark on the back of her neck. He doesn't have anything on him, I believe, if I remember correctly. And that's because he's got a pendant with Strixes on it. It's a special metal. And the metal is actually... This is where you learn that the metal is really important. It's the only thing that's keeping your people from being affected by the reaping. We're going to gain our party members in a moment here, so you get a bunch of characters. The idea is Thorn is a retired captain of the guard. And then the other guy's going to show up. You're going to have more dialogue here. You can talk to her. She's packing up the horse and everything. And then here comes significant dialogue. Right here. So, that old man has actually been spying on your family. So you can either leave him be, or you can hit him. If you hit him, the old man dies because you hit him too damn hard. And that has significance because if you let him live, he'll write a letter to, I believe, your father-in-law. Yeah, it's got to be your father-in-law. And that doesn't go well for you. So, he's better off dead. Screw that guy. And then there's people coming in. And more characters! Krieger! You gotta learn about Krieger. And Krieger's got a rough exterior, and you just gain a party of characters. Gain a bunch of characters. There's Sop, and then this is Britt or Brett, and a bunch of other characters. You just talk to them, learn more about different characters. And just a lot happens here. We could also just skip talking to them. But talking to these guys, if you do the right lines, you'll get more morale. Not more morale, you'll get more loyalty out of them, which puts their stats up. If you get lower loyalty, those stats will go down. And you, of course, want better stats and such. But you get an interesting cast of characters. You've got Sop and Ho over here. These guys are Sop and Hode. Oh, Hode. Hode is... He's a bit of a son of a bitch. And then you got Sop, who is very caring about Hode. And there's a reason for that later. Like, Sop just doesn't leave Hode alone. And so this is just introduction to characters. Then over here you learn about other characters over here. Brett! Meet Brett, and then there's also... Oh yeah, Brett actually has some knowledge of what's going on because he's kind of scholarly, but he's also a warrior. And that dialogue led to loyalty decrease. Whoop! Then you just meet more characters. But we're just gonna move on. This is Fisk, the drunk, and then the other one is Flip. And now we're gonna have another combat here. So what happened is, through the reaping, everyone in town went insane and started attacking each other. They went crazy and started attacking each other. I'm skipping a bunch of dialogue here, just to show one more combat. Just to show a full team combat. We're gonna put our party together, so here's the different characters. I like Brett, I like Flit, I like Hode, and I like Krieger. So this is my team. You can see I got a wound, so my stats are not as good as they could be if I was healed. There's morale right there, your strix your gold. So as you're traveling, you have these things to worry about. Days are actually important. There's points where if you're too late, very bad things will happen to you. And these are my cards, and as you unlock more cards, you can replace these cards with those cards. So one more combat to round this out. We've got a 6v5 this time. So these are my range guys, so I'm going to have them be, well, range guys. I'm going to have a tank it in the way. Tank's in the way right here. And then have the daughter a bit in the wings a little bit. There we go. And now we're doing combat. There's also multiplayer combat. Now the thing is, there's a lot of criticisms for this combat system. I assume it's multiplayer wise, because if you have one character, they can do a lot of work because they can run around and attack the characters who've already done turns. That's the thing you can do. You get an achievement if you want to fight with only Thorn. And there are some really strong characters where you can run the whole thing as just the one character. Don't use anyone else in your party, and you can do a lot of damage with that one character. But there's also strategies to having a bunch of characters. Like in this instance, the way this works is, when his turn rolls around again, the defense I'm about to give him will go away. Which means I can run him out as a tank, and have him just absorb a bunch of damage, and have all these guys go, and then have these guys all go again before going to him, so that he maintains his tankiness for a long time. That's a thing you can do. So my plan here is I'm going to have him just stand right here, and cover the spot so the enemy cannot get through, so they can't attack my range guys. And I'm going to give him counterattack. He's got plenty of HP, so he can handle that. The other reason for it is because I'm going to have Thorn come over here. One, it's Thorn, so I'm going to have Thorn come over here. My bad. So on Thorn's turn, I'm going to have... Oh, the two people got random damage up. I'm going to have Thorn go over and give Krieger more tankiness. That's my plan. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to use Shelter, give him more tankiness. So now he's got 6 tank and 6 counterattack. So if they attack him, it's not going to go well for them. Also see from this number their base attack damage. This guy's got 7 damage, so he would only do 1 damage to Krieger. Same to these guys. These guys would do 1, this guy would do 6, this guy would do 2. But now for some combat, I'm going to go ahead and have Brett do a dead shot. Can he do anything for that? No, character's in the way, so I got to have this guy get out of the way first. So selecting different character. You can also right click to see what attacks you can do to different characters, like so, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to have Flit. He can do 12 damage, so I'm going to go ahead and have him hit, see here, I'm going to have Flit hit this guy, because he's not going to do anything. So we'll hit him with the big shot. There, that guy's going to be hurt. And then I'll put someone in the way so he doesn't get taken out. That guy's now got only 4 HP, and I know I have to wait for these other 4 to move before he can move again, so I can take advantage of that situation. Some people really like combat for that, some people don't like it. I think once you understand how you can abuse the combat system, you can really do some work in this game. You can see this guy's got 4 armor, so I could do this attack, it would do 12 damage. Or do a bunch of the energy damage. The problem is that armor, so if it wasn't for the armor, I would be able to kill him. We can also weaken the guy, basically, so we'll get rid of all of his armor. I mean, all of his energy, I mean. And next time he'll die no matter what hits him. This guy's gonna hit him, he's gonna do only 1 damage. Oh no, he does no damage, actually. And bam, hits him. Got Hode over here. I should show these. Okay, so who's got... Okay, 15 for... Alright, so let's go ahead. We can do a heal, chokehold, we can reduce HP. Ranker reduces someone's attack. It's a... okay, let's see here. Spirit armor. Reduces 5 health to a random enemy unit and increases energy by 2 to all party members. Increases attack 2 to a random party member. So we'll just do that one. And if we're lucky, it kills that one guy. We were not lucky, it hurt him instead. So all that attacking right there. And you can see there's different numbers as well, so some cards can't be used until way later in combat. You see that guy's over there? You also saw the party. Until we use these two, we can't use the other characters. So sometimes using the cards is a detriment. But we're going to do this to straight up kill this guy. XP is party based, so the entire party gets XP. Yeah, I think you do get extra XP if you're the one that gets the kills, but the whole party, even if they're not using combat, will get XP as well. I'm going to go ahead and have Hode. No, he can't reach that guy, so I'm going to have Hode kill this guy. We'll just throw daggers at him. Take him out. Bam! Down he goes. Like, overall, the combat system's not bad. Don't have to compare to Banner Saga, but compared to Banner Saga, better combat system. Okay, so just go ahead and kill this guy horribly with the heavy strike. Now those two over there, they're on Krieger. They might move over and go attack these guys. They're close enough. Why did I do heavy strike? She overkilled that guy pretty heavy. Okay, Krieger's gonna kill that guy with the counter strike. As you see, since I haven't played him yet, he still has those stats right there. Now, if I play him right now, he'll lose those stats. And it doesn't matter. We're gonna kill this guy with overpower. Yep, kills him. Bam, or onslaught, I think it's called. So there we go, took him out. So that is Ash of God's Redemption. I think it's just a coarser game, not as polished as Banner Saga, but it's still pretty good. If you love Banner Saga, give this game a go. If you're interested in this genre in general, I'd say Banner Saga first, then come back to Ash of Gods. Because Banner Saga is just a really, really good one, but this is really good as well, which is why I'm recommending it. So you see right here, Krieger, he got kills in there, so he got a bit more. Hode got a kill, Gleda got a kill. The cards got a kill, so no extra XP there. But the base XP, everyone will get 3. So there you go, that right there is the one-shot for Ash of Gods. And I like it. I got hooked on it. I played this game every chance I could because I really was interested in the story. Yeah, there's the difficulty right there. Difficulty 2 right now. It goes up to 7 or 9, I believe. And then you gotta choose which way you want to go. And different things will affect... Like, you'll get hints and stuff as to which way you should probably go, or just what different situations you'll deal with wherever you go. Yeah, this goes up to 9, I think? Yeah. No, 10. So if it goes up to 10, holy crap. You do get more XP, though. But this ain't gonna be an easy situation right here. Not at all. And there are things that can happen to put it up here. The thing is, you can also manually put up the difficulty and down difficulty if you want. Which, both good and bad. It's on you how you want to treat it. So if difficulty keeps going up, you can always just put it back down if you want. Or you can stay true to what you do with your actions affect to the game, or just make it really bad from the start. If you think you're that good, there you go. So the difficulty setting can be affected story-wise and just by the player. So there you go, that right there is the one-shot. I had fun playing it, hope you had fun watching, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.